Vietnam, a dynamic country with nearly 100 million people. A country of multicultural convergence with 54 ethnic groups. An attractive and safe destination for international visitors, a full potential market, an economy which is growing strongly. After 37 years of innovation dynamite, Vietnam possesses unprecedented positions and power, credibilities and potential in history. The scale and competitiveness of the economy have been elevated, socio-political stability have been maintained, national defense and security have been solidified, and international relations and integration have been deepened. Vietnam has always consistently followed the foreign policies of independence, self-reliance, multilateralization, diversification, proactive and active international integration, making effort to actively contribute to consolidations of an environment of peace, stabilities and development cooperations in the regions as well as in the world. This consistent policies is reflected in all aspects of Vietnam's foreign affairs, including National Assembly's foreign affairs. Over the years, activities such as exchange of high-level delegations of National Assembly leaders and lawmakers as well as friendship parliamentary groups have been continuously expanded in scope and deepened in substances, contributing to the advancement of comprehensive and multifaceted friendship and cooperation between Vietnam and partners and friends in the world, creating a peaceful environment in the region, boosting international integration in the new context. Many international events and cooperation forums have been actively and effectively organized, resulting in numerous cooperation agreements signed between Vietnam and other countries. The chairman of the National Assembly of Vietnam, Mr. Vương Đình Huê's participation, speeches and direct instructions at bilateral and multilateral events and forums have contributed to promoting Vietnam's economic, trade and investment relations with other countries, reaffirming Vietnam's image and elevating the country's positions on the world stage. I know that many investors and speakers present here may have visited Vietnam before or not yet. I sincerely hope that all of you will come to Vietnam more often. Vietnam is a very attractive destination for investors. The National Assembly of Vietnam always shows roles as a responsible member, proactively proposing initiative and asserting a voice in global emerging issues, such as responding to climate change, digital transformation, and equitable energy transition. As a member of the Common House of ASEAN since 1995, Vietnam has always demonstrated its capacity as leaders and played the central roles with a significant contribution to the development of ASEAN, both as a member and when the countries assumes different responsibilities of the association. As a responsible member, Vietnam has always played a proactive role in building a strong, resilient and developed ASEAN through its practical contributions at ASEAN Forum. Especially in ASEAN, the National Assembly of Vietnam has always valued, accompanied, and made significant contribution to cooperation mechanism, notably the ASEAN Inter-Parliamentary Assembly (IPA). IPA member parliament need to actively support the improvement of legal frameworks, remove barriers, and facilitate the implementation of digital transformation policies, enhancing equal access to digital services for citizens and businesses, promoting digital inclusion for vulnerable groups, providing fair and affordable digital services in line with people's income, and making efforts to boost the development of digital economy and digital society. In the development process of ASEAN and IPA, the National Assembly of Vietnam has always emphasized the importance of strengthening solidarities and ASEAN's central role in maintaining peace, security, and stability in the region. Building on the achievement made so far and with a desire for peace, progress, and prosperity, with a spirit of unity and harmony, we, the citizens in the ASEAN Common House, will continue to work together to shoulder the responsibility of building a more cohesive, dynamic, proactive, self-reliant, inclusive, and sustainable ASEAN community. During the nearly 30-year journey alongside ASEAN, IPA has been a top priorities and foreign policy of Vietnam, and Vietnam actively and responsibly participate in ASEAN activities, sharing its national interest with the common interest of ASEAN. Possessing shared natural and cultural similarities as well as historical connections and strategic interest, Indonesia became the first country in the Southeast Asia which Vietnam established a formal diplomatic relation on December 30, 1955. President Ho Chi Minh and President Sukarno laid the foundation for the bilateral relations, with an important milestone was President Ho Chi Minh's historic visit to Indonesia in March 1959. The President Sukarno's visit to Vietnam shortly after in June 1959. The bilateral relations between the two countries have witnessed rapid development, particularly after Vietnam's accession to ASEAN. Vietnam and Indonesia established a comprehensive partnership in 2003, and in 2013, Vietnam has become the only strategic partner of Indonesia in the Southeast Asia. In particular, the official visit to Indonesia by the General Secretary of the Communist Party, President Nguyễn Phú Trọng, in 2017 marked a significant milestone. It was the first time the highest-ranking leaders of the Communist Party paid the official visit to Indonesia since President Ho Chi Minh's visit in 1959. Building upon these foundations, the mutual high-level visit between leaders of both countries over the years have demonstrated that despite these challenges faced by the regions and the world, the enduring traditional friendship and strong cooperations between Vietnam and Indonesia continue to grow. Among the highlights is the parliamentary cooperation, with a crucial moment was the signing of cooperation agreement in March 2010 during the official visit to Indonesia by Chairman of National Assembly Mr. Nguyễn Phú Trọng, now the General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam. Since then, the parliaments of both countries have continuously strengthened their cooperation, shared legislative experiences, and contributed to deepening and enhancing the bilateral relations practically and effectively. In recent years, despite the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, the legislative bodies of both countries have maintained contacts, especially at high-level interaction on the sidelines of multilateral parliamentary conferences. For example, during the meeting between the chairmen of National Assembly, Mr. Vương Đình Huệ, and Indonesian House of Representatives Speaker Puan Maharani, on the sidelines of the 5th World Conference of the Speaker of Parliaments in Austria in September 2021. The two leaders expressed satisfaction with the achieved results and emphasized the importance of parliamentary cooperation. They also agreed to further enhance political trust and maintain high-level contacts, promoting inter-parliamentary exchanges and effectively implementing the agreement on cooperation between the National Assembly of Vietnam and the House of Representatives of Indonesia. Under the common roof of ASEAN, with the dynamic and potential-rich Asia-Pacific and Indonesian Ocean region, the strategic partnership between Vietnam and Indonesia is comprehensively developing intensively and extensively, actively contributing to the establishment of a dynamic, inclusive, and sustainable region.